How Marion Works, a podcast series dedicated to informing you of the inner workings in all areas of Marion government and public services. Thank you for listening. Hello and welcome to Season 2, Episode 2 of How Marion Works. I'm your host, Layla Price-Bodkin, and I am joined with my lovely co-host, Lillian Harshaw. Welcome, Lillian.
Hey.
So today, we're honored to welcome Marion Police Lieutenant Bryan Ridgway to the show for the topic of MPD's Police K-9 Division. Welcome, Lieutenant Ridgway.
Thank you.
So we are so happy to have you and focus on something that's just really exciting and interesting. And I know that it's a big role that you serve. But we're going to get started with just a fun question, and I'm going to answer first. Lillian, we're just going to start with an icebreaker question.
Okay. This is my question for you both, and I'll answer too, but later. Okay. The question is, what is the biggest misconception people have when you tell them what you do for a living?
Okay. So I've been working for the city for 11 years now, and there are not many people in my department. Of course, it's just you and me right now. Mm-hmm. And it used to be 4 full-time staff. So now, with it being just 2 full-time staff, I think that the biggest misconception, I guess, or maybe a tendency that the public has is to just show up and not call first and try to make an appointment, because we are out in the field sometimes. We might be recording this podcast here in the studio, or we might actually have a meeting with someone already. So I don't know. I think that a misconception is that you can just kind of show up. And I hate to disappoint someone if I'm either working on a tight deadline or I have a meeting. So I encourage appointments, so you can call me or email me. And you can find all that information on our website.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like that's the misconception.
Lieutenant?
I would say that people probably think our job is 12 hours of just nonstop craziness, excitement the whole time. And I've had people ride with me like, this is what you do? Like, yeah, we go take a couple calls, then we come back and we type, and then we do other stuff. And it's just, now that I've kind of progressed into some of the ranks and I have a lot of other responsibilities, so there's a lot of paperwork and things that I have to work on. But yeah, it's not 12 hours of...
So it's not cops.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I think I heard something about it takes like a week or so to fill up a whole 30-minute episode of that. But
true. Yeah, there's downtime.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of downtime. It's long periods of boredom interrupted by short periods of sheer terror. So,
oh gosh,
I bet. Since you brought up ride-alongs, I'm just going to ask you real quick. Mm-hmm. Can someone just sign up for that?
Yeah. Yep. Just go through the chief's office.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they don't get to choose who they go with. You kind of just figure that out.
You can kind of request who you want to ride with, and
so I can be like, I want to ride with the dogs.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in my mental Rolodex.
Yep.
Okay.
You should.
So my biggest misconception, and I'm not going to use this position because I only haven't been in it that long, so I really don't have like a thing for this one. So I'm going to use a job from the past when I was doing hair. And one of the things that people just assume that a cosmetologist or a hairstylist has a magic wand that can create anything from whatever they bring to the table, which is their own hair.
You don't?
I do not.
Oh.
They will bring a picture and be like, I want this. And they show a picture of someone with hair all the way down to their hips, and they have 3 inches of hair. And they didn't bring any hair with them.
You got to come up with hair.
I got to figure out how to make this happen, because they automatically assume we got hair back in the back or something that can make that happen. Probably the scariest thing was brides. They would actually come in on their wedding day.
Bridezillas.
And never been in that salon. They just come in and go, this is what I want. Today I'm getting married. I need you to make this happen.
Oh, wow.
No pressure. So, but yeah, I will say that was probably like the biggest misconception I ever had about a position, that everyone feels like a stylist should be able to do anything, no matter what kind of hair they have or type of hair they have.
So you just have to have that moment with them to be honest and clear.
Yes.
This
They
is
want to
the
look.
truth.
Yes. They want Farrah Fawcett, and they don't have the
Right.
flow. They don't have any of that. I can't do that. So that would
She
be
did
my.
have great hair, though.
She had beautiful hair, but you also have to have that.
Yeah.
To create
Yeah. Well, you have beautiful hair, which
thank
you
you.
can't listen. You know, you're listening right now, but there's photos that we post, but you have beautiful hair.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to get down to business. And Bryan, we're just going to ask you first about your background. Where were you born and raised? And maybe just go into your education background briefly and your career background before Marion Police.
Okay. I was born here in Marion General, and we lived in Hartford City, and that's where I grew up. Graduated from Blackford County High School,
Nice.
1992.
Yeah.
I went to Ball State from there, graduated, and started working at the Blackford County Jail. Did about 3 months in the jail, which I felt like I was incarcerated for 3 months. Worked night shift. That was, it was rough.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. When I went to Ball State, I went for criminal justice and criminology. So then I went to the court systems, started doing community corrections, and then went to probation. Started working at probation, realized that I did not want to be stuck inside for 8 hours a day.
In an office.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I started working with the sheriff's department as a reserve, and I was like, this is kind of what I want to do.
Cool.
So I went applied to Hartford City Police Department and got employed there in January 22nd of 2001. Worked there for a few years, and then went to the sheriff's department. They kind of wanted me to come there, and I had a dog at the city, and they wanted me to bring my dog and go to work for the county. Didn't happen quite that way. Just ended up going there myself and getting another dog later on. So I started in the dog work about 2002
For Blackford County.
for Hartford City at that point.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So then when I went to the sheriff's department, they got me another dog. I worked there for a while. While I was there, I met Steve Scott, who was a captain here for Marion, and he kept, "You need to come work for me. You need to come work for me. You need to come work for me." I was like, I don't know. I don't think I want to. And in 2006, he finally convinced me, so I put my application in, and I actually bought my dog from Blackford County and brought him over here and worked starting in 2006, in December of 2006.
The same dog?
Yes. Well, it would have been my second dog.
Oh, great.
So, yeah, I bought him, had him there for a while. He didn't do all of the aspects of the work that I needed him to do. So I ended up selling him to another police department just as a drug dog. And for tracking, he was great at finding people and great at finding the drugs. And so I sold him to them, and then they got me I guess it would be my first dog here, and I had him from 2008 till 2015. We retired him in 2015, and then I'm on my third dog here. So,
okay.
Yeah, so.
So now, so you wanted to become a police officer because just maybe get more action, a little bit more excitement.
I just really like being outside. I do not like being cooped up in an office.
That's fair.
Yeah, I didn't think that it would be. When I started working probation, I'm like, this would be great, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. I was playing rugby. I played rugby in college, and so I'm like, I'll play in Indianapolis, and it'll be great. And I was like, I hate being inside all day. And I was in almost, it was like a semicircle office and had windows all the way around. And I'm like, this still stinks. I don't like this.
Yeah.
So they're like, you need to do anything, like run any errands or anything. So any excuse I could get out of there. And I was talking to one of the judges, and he goes, this is really what you want to do. And I said, yeah. So that's the direction I went.
And it also sounds like you're a dog person.
I'm a huge dog person. We had dogs when I was growing up.
Same.
My dad had beagles. We hunted with beagles, and I've just really liked them. I really liked dogs that listen, mind, and are obedient and things like that. And so when I went to the sheriff's department as a reserve, the guy that was training me was a canine handler, and I'm like, all right, this is what I want to do.
That's what you want to do.
Yep.
Was Steve Scott the head of the K-9 at the time?
He was. He took over, I believe, in 2005, and at that time we had 2 dogs. In 2006, when I came over, we were transitioning to try to put 4 on, and then now we have 6.
Oh, do you? Okay, I was going to ask that question. So MPD has 6?
Yep. We have
Okay.
6, and then we have a therapy dog that is Sergeant Biddles.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. Zion.
Zion is getting a little bit older. I don't know, maybe around
He's 5, 6,
4 or
something like
5.
that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I don't supervise Joe with his dog. I did do his like obedience certification because he had to have
Yes.
for his therapy certification. He had to have an obedience evaluation by a trainer. And I said, well,
Sure.
technically I'm a professional trainer if you want me to.
Oh, yeah, you are. We'll get into that too, as far as your background and your expertise is quite impressive. What I would love to do is basically do a timeline of your time with MPD, like from start to present day.
Okay. So I started December 18th, 2006, sorry.
You're just in your infancy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. You feel like you've started all over.
Oh goodness, it's hard to. I've done this for
2006.
Yeah. So I've done police work since so this will be 25 years. So it's crazy to think that this will be 25 years last week, I guess.
Wow.
But I started here doing that. I came on, like I said, I brought my dog with me, so they put me in canine pretty quick.
Okay.
I'd already done it for basically 6 years, so getting me trained up with a dog and things like that, it was kind of an easy transition. Then thinking I pretty much worked second shift and night shift until about 2012. 2012, they sent me to Utah for 16 weeks, and it was a trainer's course. So then when I came back from that, we started training our own dogs.
Okay.
So we used to go to Indianapolis, and then we went to Fort Wayne to go with their canine units and train there. And we were kind of at their mercies, like, well, we're hosting a class in July, and we wanted to put them out a little quicker than that, and and kind of on their schedule. So we just kind of try to do it on our own, and we've had some good success with it. I've learned from a lot of great trainers.
Now, what I want to make sure to say, the chief, I know you're humble and you're not going to say, but Chief David Gilbert said that you are you have quite the expertise, and that anyone from Grant County, like you train all of the Grant County law enforcement as far as the canine process goes, correct?
So they come and train with us. Matt Andre is he's one of our detectives assistant. Matt has worked a dog for me until he got injured, and so he's pensioned off. So now we sent him to trainer school, and he just got back in December, so he helps with the training. So Matt and I run the training, and the sheriff's department, Hartford City, Blackford County, and then Peru comes over as well. So we've got some surrounding agencies, and I've told, we've had several guys, hey, can I bring this guy to training? Like, yeah, sure, bring him here. And I don't think I do anything special. It's just that's my job, and it's what we do. And I'm glad that when I first started in this, I didn't have anybody to really train with. I kind of reached out to some guys, and I ended up going to training with Muncie guys. Learned a lot from them. I've been fortunate enough to train up in Fort Wayne and Indianapolis with guys that have done this work for a lot longer than I had, and taught me whatever I could soak up.
Yeah.
So there's guys from smaller agencies that don't have anybody to teach them, and everything I have is for free, and you're welcome to it. So,
yeah. Well, I knew that you would be modest, and he knew that you would be modest about that. So that you do have help, but that's great, and that's great to say for the Marion Police Department. So now you're not at anyone else's mercy. Basically, you're basically running your own show regarding your training programs for the Grant County area.
Yeah. We'll buy a dog. We'll go and select dogs, and it just depends on who's got the dogs that we need at that time. We'll test them, see if they're going to have the right qualifications. I don't really care what the dog knows at that as a
We have photographers in here that are kind of distracting us, saying "smile."
Okay.
But I would love to talk about your dog specifically right now.
Sure.
What's your dog's name?
Goliath.
Goliath. Where did that come from?
It's Polish for Goliath.
Oh, that's nice.
And he's quite the opposite. He's actually only like 65 pounds.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, he's small.
And so, is it a German Shepherd?
He's a
or
Belgian
is it-
Malinois.
Okay, Belgian Malinois. I know it's like either one of the two.
Yep.
And so you have that. Basically, did it come from overseas?
So the breeding process in Europe is a lot more stringent than it is over here. Over here, if you've got 2 dogs, you can mate them and have a litter. Over there, the dogs have to meet certain requirements. They have to have certain titles that they've reached in training, things like that. And then they have whelping inspectors, and the whole litter process is it's inspected, and they do genetic testing, and they'll take dogs that aren't cutting the mustard, and they're like, you're not allowed to breed that dog. So
Wow.
yeah.
Now, we were talking earlier about misconceptions. Are there any misconceptions about the canine dogs, police dogs?
I would say, I bet he's mean. Our dog, I could bring him in here right now, and aside from knocking everything over in here, he'd let everybody love on him.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So we've taught them that they are strong enough and able to do the apprehension work to the point where they're not worried about someone trying to punk them or something like that. So they're like, oh, I can be cool until it's time not to be cool. And
right.
So, and that's what we really want. It makes life a lot simpler. I take him into the PD all the time. Everybody loves all over him. But if I turned around and told him to bite him, he'd be like, sorry, dude. He said it.
Right.
I gotta do my job.
Did you have Goliath? Was he part of the canine demonstration at National Night Out this past year?
Yes.
Because I know you do that a lot. You do a lot of that kind of stuff. All right. So I want to ask, actually, I'm going to just take a real quick pause, just a real quick commercial break. Listen to How Marion Works through your favorite platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and many more partners. We highly encourage you to subscribe or follow How Marion Works wherever you listen to podcasts, or you can find all of our episodes on howmarionworks.com. Okay, so we're going to get into our second part of the podcast episode. And Lillian, I'm going to have you ask our next fun icebreaker question, Ice Queen. Can I call you Ice Queen? Is that a bad thing?
That sounds very frozen.
Icebreaker Queen.
Okay, so here's the next question. Layla, you're going to answer it first again.
Okay.
Okay. What actress... You listening, Lieutenant? Mm-hmm. Okay. What actress would you have play you in a movie about you?
Oh, okay. You had asked me sort of that question when we first met. Mm-hmm. We were getting to know each other. Mm-hmm. And I would say, because you had told me that I kind of resemble Tina Fey.
Yes.
And I thought about, okay, so thinking about that, I like Tina Fey as far as, obviously she's pretty, but like her mannerisms remind me of me as well. Because I'm kind of a serious person, but kind of a nerdy person. I don't know what you call me, but I have a whimsical side too, though.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe like Drew Barrymore. If you like combined Tina Fey and Drew Barrymore into one person,
that's a good call.
That morphed, person would play me.
That's a good call. I
love Drew Barrymore, and she's fun, and
one of my favorite.
She's my age-ish.
Is it 50 First Dates? No, is that it? Yeah, that's a good call. I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good job.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sliding over to the lieutenant.
Maybe we could help answer.
Yeah, I'm like, it's going to have to be someone that's not very serious at all.
Oh, I know. Okay. I know who it can be. Well, I'm going to let you answer if you have somebody in mind.
I don't have a clue.
You don't have anyone?
Not a clue. It's not, like I said, it's going to be someone who doesn't take themselves very seriously.
Okay, I got you. Bruce Willis.
That could be.
Because, remember in Moonlighting?
Oh, yeah.
She would say to him, just look at yourself. and he would look up at his forehead.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he was obviously, when he was in his prime, he's undergoing health battle right now. But I can see Bruce Willis for you.
Sure. I'm getting the hairline, I think.
Yeah.
Just go bald.
Yeah,
he
he
did
just
it.
went bald.
He did it.
Yep.
And
Would you
Die
do
Hard.
that? Would you go bald?
I've got a very Charlie Brown looking head.
I'm not doing this with you. No, we're going to edit that out. That is not true.
Very round, kind of Caillou-ish. It's
Yeah.
Rob Bogart is our photographer, and he is cracking up right
he's
now.
gonna
He wants to
edit
say
it and
something.
send it to me. I'm sure he is.
No, we're going to edit that part out because it's not true. And Die Hard, just for everyone to know, is a Christmas movie.
Yes.
I will
Yep.
fight you. If you say
Yes,
it's not.
it is.
It is a Christmas movie. So, yes, love Bruce Willis. So, okay.
And we can't say his tag.
No.
Well, no. You talking about Yippee-Ki-Yay?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yippee-ki-yay.
Okay. Yeah. But anyway, so for me, it's a cross between two.
Okay.
But I just saw a movie where she actually was a serious actress, which is One Battle After Another. But it would be Regina King.
Okay, so who would be the other one?
It's still a Regina, but I can't think of her last name. But it's Regina again.
Can you think of what she was in?
She was she does the voices for Boondocks for one, and she's also in
Well, that's good enough for somebody to look
yeah.
up.
Say IMDb.
Yeah.
I know.
I need to Google her.
Okay, I'll let you
that.
Google. But that's
Yeah.
funny
Yeah,
because it's funny that both of their names are Regina. So
I know.
it's kind of like your alias, isn't it?
It is. I guess
It could be.
it could be.
And mine's Tina.
It's Tina.
Tina Drew.
Oh, that's right. We said we're gonna come up with fake names
Fake
if we're out,
names.
if we're being bothered by people.
Maybe.
And-
We might have to come up with another one now that
No,
we're
no.
letting the cat out of the bag.
They're not gonna remember this.
Tina and Regina.
So you can go ahead. I'm gonna look her up.
Okay, I'll let you look her up
I'll do it.
because I know our listeners are just dying to know
Yes.
who you're referring to. So, okay, so we kind of got into the training, and I would like for everyone to know what that process looks like. How long does it take, as far as training a police dog?
I would say we'll usually start out with the narcotics work for the dogs, and I'll do that at my house for probably about 3 weeks and get them ready to transition into more difficult stages of it.
So
And
what kind of stuff at home?
So basically, we teach the dog. We hide the drugs in a box. We teach them to stick their nose in the box and sit or lay down, and so then I'm feeding them. That's how they eat every day. They earn their food every day, and so they're eating out of my hands. Probably 30 minutes a day every day, and so we'll do that for about 3 weeks. And they lock in their behavior pretty well. They're excited to get. They'll drag. I've got an area in my barn where they just drag me in there, and then they're ready to go, and they start up, and so by the time we're done with the food, they're like, "What? Are we done?"
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to drag them back out of there. So we'll do that for about 3 weeks. Then I'll bring them into the city, and we'll start doing different stuff, environmental stuff. The narcotics works probably from start to finish. Probably takes about 6 weeks ish.
Including at home?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it really just kind of depends on the dog. That's the benefit of us having to do it, getting to do it here, is if he's struggling or if he's progressing further than what he wanted when we figured he would, we can step it up or slow it down a little bit. That's one of the big things. So it might take a little longer. More than likely, 6 weeks is probably about max for the narcotics
I think that's pretty impressive because, we have a training process for hunting, field hunting, that my husband did, and it lasts like 6 months.
Right.
I mean, it's a very long, and you have to continue, of course.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Because they get kind of lazy,
Yep.
or they get too energetic and want to do something that they're
Right.
not supposed to do.
Right. Yeah. And that's just the infancy stage. That's basically like us getting out of the police academy. We don't know everything yet, but we're still working it out, and so the dog's fresh.
So you're just working with that particular dog.
Yep.
And that's just the drug portion.
Yep. And the people finding stuff, probably we'll usually do we kind of when we get it, especially when we get a new handler, we're teaching the dog and the handler at the same time. They're kind of learning the basics at the same time. And that's usually about 6 weeks itself. So, but it's just harnessing what God gave them. We're just molding the clay that God gave them, and the dogs have the desire to do what we want them to do anyway. So we're just teaching to, instead of looking for an animal, you're looking for a guy, and so super. Oh, yeah. So it's not. I don't think it's anything
magical,
earth-shattering. Yes, magical. It's just using those dogs with the God-given tools that they've been given. So,
do you have to work with like a piece of clothing, or do you just like? Does the dog just know that a human? They can just sense a human.
We have to teach them that they're looking for people first.
Okay.
And like we do a lot of, like when we teach them to track, we use food. We use food for as long as we possibly can, especially if we've got a dog that's extremely food motivated. We can kind of manipulate it a little bit. If he's maybe not that hungry, or, I can say, okay, well, you're going to go up for a little while, and you're not going to eat what I have in my hand, and then get them back out a little later, and they're like, okay, I'm a little more hungry now, and so we're not starving them or anything like that, but we'll kind of like, this is how you eat, pal. You got to work for it.
Absolutely.
So like, no free paycheck. So
there's no treats involved. It's the food.
Just the food. Yeah, they don't get overweight that way. Obviously, their stool and things. It's a lot easier to manipulate that. So
I know that when we were training our hunting dog, he was just happy to be able to play with the bumper, we call it, the toy, and then it would just be free playtime once he did everything that he was supposed to do. So maybe it's something like that, but it's no treats.
Once they understand what their job is, like we don't, like, especially during the narcotics work, once they transfer from food to the toy. During that time, they get a toy when they're working for it. They don't get to play fetch or anything like that. With, like, I want the whole world to revolve around searching for drugs. And then once they understand the game, it's like, oh, okay, now we can kind of let our hair down a little bit and play.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Isn't this very interesting, Lillian, just learning about, I mean, I kind of think about the other dogs that you have at home, and you have to continue to be very stringent with the dog.
There's no intermingling between my pet dogs and my work dog.
Okay.
We've got my retired dog at home, and then which he and Goliath don't ever.
Really?
They would probably clash.
Why is that?
Two Type A dogs, and they're going to try to see who's the
more
biggest,
dominant?
baddest. You know.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't even want that to even be a thing.
Okay.
I've got 2 females, and then they're fine with everybody, so they can be around and everything. But more often than not, and I really don't want him seeking out playtime with other dogs. If we're out looking for somebody and some other dog comes up to a fence, he's like, oh, hey, can we play? And it's like, no, we got work to do here, pal.
Buddy.
Yeah.
So, we really don't intermingle them too much. So when he retires, then we can.
So do you tell the people who has their dog to do the same if they have other dogs at home?
Yeah,
like, don't let them mix with their.
It's just one of those things. It's like, especially if you got 2 males, you just don't want to. I don't want the dog thinking, oh, this dog's gonna come over and fight me or anything like that. Your sole purpose is to look for a guy or look for drugs or look for whatever evidence we're looking for, and that's your whole focus. I'll take care of the people that want to come over and mess with you. So.
Oh, I was going to ask about the different kinds of drugs. Like all the dogs have to be able to detect all the drugs, all the different types.
So they'll find marijuana, methamphetamine, cocaine, and heroin, or any of the derivatives. So,
gotcha.
And they find the odor itself. So we teach them to find the odor. So if we had some marijuana in that box, and then I took it out later on, it still smells like marijuana in the box. I bring him in, he's going to go to the box because it still smells like marijuana.
Right.
So we do a lot of searching for cars and things like that where they've had it in there, and we smell, we'll find evidence of drugs that have been in there, but they're not necessarily in there, but it's because the odor's been in there.
So how do you train them to know those odors?
So dogs can not the right word here. They can basically categorize up to 750 odors at one time. So I'll take all 4 odors, put them in the same box, and then after they understand that is where I lay down and I put my nose and I stare at it, then later on I'll start separating them out. Okay, I'll put some cocaine over here, and I'll put some heroin and meth and some marijuana, and they find them individually. They can just kind of compartmentalize it. And
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
It's it's the theory that I'd heard they call it the stew theory. And if we walk in the house and someone's cooking stew, we smell stew. They smell the carrots, the potatoes, the meat, the broth, all those ingredients separately.
How Marion Works is sponsored by the City of Marion. This podcast covers the inner workings of city government to better serve you.
Wow, that is so fascinating that dogs in general are just fascinating. I think as far as the challenges go, I know that there's different challenges, and one of them can be financial. We didn't talk about the financial piece, but I know that they're quite expensive, first of all. So is this something that is budgeted, or is it something that you have to apply for a grant for? We
have an annual budget which pays for our food and some equipment and things like that we need. Our veterinarian's office, Noel Ratliff, Comfort Vet, donates all of our veterinary care.
Oh, nice.
And then they've got drug reps that donate our flea and tick, and then our heartworm preventative and things like that. We are blessed beyond imagine, because it is expensive to vet a dog. And then we've had people donate money and things like that, that's paid for the dogs and things like that. I would say my dog, when we purchased him, he was $9,000. The prosecutor's office bought him. And then we had money from donations and things like that purchased the last two. And then I think some of it came out of the budget as well. So, but with the two of them, those two, because we were buying two at the same time, they were $15,000.
Wow.
So it's a combination of the two.
Yes.
Part of it is budget,
Yep.
and that's kind of how a lot of our departments work for the City of Marion. I've noticed we have to be frugal. We have to just, you never know when you're going to get that donation, so you can't count on it.
Right.
But you're always trying, and you're always trying to get sponsors for things and things like that.
We've actually saved the city, since we started training our dogs in 2012, over $300,000 by not sending them to outside
that's
school.
wonderful.
So,
That's
Because
excellent.
of you.
Yeah, well,
Our
because
local dog
because of what
whisperer.
Steve Scott set for.
No, you're
so.
our local dog whisperer.
She was just talking about
I love
Caesar
that show.
Milan.
Yeah. Love Caesar.
Bryan Ridgway is our local
Dog
Caesar
whisperer,
Milan.
Yes. So when do you decide when the dog gets retired? Is it an age
They
thing,
let you know.
or
They
the
let you
dog
know.
itself lets you
Yeah,
know?
they'll start to slow down.
Okay.
We had my dog that I've still got at home that retired. He was almost 11, and the last apprehension he had, the guy kind of worked him over a little bit, and he handled business and did what he needed to do. We got him into custody and didn't hurt him. But I noticed for about the next week after that, he was kind of limping around, kind of stiff, and I was like, okay, he's given.
Gotcha.
He'd given almost 8 years to the city, and it's not fair to him to.
That's a
work.
long time.
Yeah.
So do whoever works with that dog keep that dog, or do they say
If they want.
If they want.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I with my dogs, you could pry them from my dead clammy hands. Like once I've had them as long as I have,
That's family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's, my wife is kind of standoffish with them while they're working. I think she just doesn't want to get attached.
Yeah.
And then now when they retire,
It's her dog
they're
now.
mama's boys. Oh, absolutely. She's Malinois kryptonite. So
Oh. Well, I know that death happens, and it's very difficult for the police department, and it's very, very hard for the handler to undergo that. Did you ever have to undergo a death?
So yeah, we've had a few dogs that we've had to put down, cancer and things like that. We had a training accident one day with Aswan. This would have been in, I believe it was 2019. He jumped on a fence and didn't quite make it and hit his head on the top rail, and that was it. It hit the off button. He was done.
Well, he didn't suffer.
He did not suffer. Our veterinary staff was actually at training. They were just watching training that day, and so our doc had his hands on him in 10 seconds.
Wow.
But he was gone. So
It's so difficult to talk about. So I mean, but it's an important aspect of your job, and it affects the whole department, and it also affects not manpower but dog power. What do you do? What do you do in that instance?
It's one of those. Obviously, if it's not me, if it's another handler that's had it happen to. Matt Andrew, my assistant trainer, his dog, we had to put him down because he had cancer. We weren't able to. We were, if we could have treated it, it would have been great. But they said basically the dog was going to live for about 3 more months, and he was never going to work again. And so we're like, well, made the humane decision. Yeah,
making that decision is so hard.
Yep. So and that was his first dog, and I, basically I left it up to him. I said, when you're ready, we'll get you another one.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm not pushing. I don't want to push. Because I get it.
Yes.
I've been fortunate enough to work the majority of the dogs that I had up until the point where they're ready to retire, and then they flop on the couch and they trip over them when you're walking. So, but I've never had to put one of mine down that was actively working. So I didn't want to push, and I said, when you're ready, and he was ready pretty quick. It's one of those things where you're not replacing them, but you're like, okay, I need to get going.
Get on the job.
Yeah. So
true. Now, I understand if you have 6 total, does that mean that there are 2 at any given time on each shift?
So yeah, when we got the 6, we were still working 3 10-hour shifts, or we were working 10-hour shifts. So we had 2 working for each shift, and then we went to 12 hours. So now we're kind of scattered. There's myself and Stephen Koenig. He works day shift with me. And then we've got Sergeant Cole with his dog, Hacker, Officer Fletcher, Officer Makinich, and Officer Stephanatis.
Okay.
So those guys are on nights.
All of these officers are so great, all of the people that you're naming. And I know that there are listeners that might be interested in starting a career not only as a police officer, but are particularly interested in being eventually a canine officer. We are learning a lot from you today. And so if there's anything else that you would just say to that person who might be interested in applying, what would you say particularly about a career as a canine officer?
It's you obviously have to get on the police department first. Work hard, be proactive. I really like guys that they're interested in it, and they're like, "Hey, can I come out to training? Can I come out and help? Can I out and watch?"
Yes.
And things like that. That shows the initiative. Obviously, we're not paying people to come out and watch and participate. So if they show the initiative, like, "Hey, I'm gonna give a little extra," because it's one of those things where it's a 40-hour job a week, but you still got stuff you have to do at home. You have to clean the kennel. You have to make sure because your car gets way more disgusting than
I can only imagine.
Yeah, there's a lot of hair involved. There's a lot of hair. Yeah. So, and then sometimes accidents happen in the car, and then you have to clean out a car that's even grosser than normal. And
story of our lives.
And that's something I found out too, that I didn't know that police officers have to clean their own car.
Oh yeah.
I found that out at the car wash, cleaning my car, and there was a police officer there. I was like, I did not know that. He was like, oh, yeah, we got to clean our own car. So I can only imagine a canine car.
Yeah.
Doesn't Max Fisher, doesn't he clean cars as a side gig?
He's got a detailing business. Yep.
Oh, does he do your car?
He has not done that. He does not done that. I don't know if I can afford him to do that all the time.
I know, right? I've gotten lazy.
Yeah.
I like to get it professionally done.
I usually call him when we've been to the
D&D Car
beach.
Wash is a good one.
Yeah.
And Immaculate. They're both really great.
I'll call Max when I get to the beach and come back with bringing a beach back in my car.
Yes. Or Busy Bees.
Yeah.
If you can afford Busy Bees.
Yeah, I'm that person that my dad taught me how to clean my car out. So
you're meticulous about
I'm
it.
extremely extra about my car.
Yep, I get it.
It's scary. I don't believe in like having a whole bunch of stuff in my car.
No.
It should just be me.
Yep.
And an air freshener.
Yep.
And my cross. That's it.
Yep.
But I don't like all the extra stuff in there. But yeah, I'll sit in the car like at a stoplight and get my duster out and dust my dash. I can't. But yeah. So to see you guys actually doing that.
Yeah.
is very impressive.
Yep.
And those are some nice new cars you guys got.
We do
now.
have some nice ones.
Yes.
We have to keep them that way, or it's they don't grow on trees.
No, they
So,
do not.
Yeah,
A little costly.
Yeah, and, you think of the price of the car, and then you got the price of the equipment, and it's you have to take care of it.
Yeah.
So we're just getting to know you personally. So as far as any other specialties that you have with MPD, like do you serve on any other with any other groups besides K9?
So I'm an emergency vehicle operations instructor, which we've got a few of those, and then I'm on the SWAT team.
Nice.
I've been on that since 2008. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Now, is that special training too to do SWAT?
Yeah,
That's a lot.
we went to a SWAT school.
Okay.
We sent, I think, 4 or 5 of us at that time.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while.
Wow. So the ERT is another word for the SWAT team,
Yep.
the emergency response team. So that's a lot. It seems like a lot that you do.
I wear a couple of hats.
I was gonna say, does your wife get to see you?
Occasionally.
Okay.
She gets to see me more now than she did. When I was working back home, I was at work all the time. Mm-hmm. And there was only, at the sheriff's department, there was only 8 deputies, and then in Hartford City, there was only 13 officers. So when I was there, I was constantly getting called in and things like that. So now that once I come over here, it's like, oh, get some family time. This is okay.
Okay.
There's more people to kind of help out. I was getting when I was over there, I had the only dog in the county, so that was constantly getting called out from home. And now we've got 6. The county's got 4. Gas City's got 1. So there's the days of me getting called in for dog work are very slim.
That's great. It sounds like you might be easing into retirement.
I don't know. We'll see.
Well, now that we've gotten to know you just a little bit, you don't like to just sit around.
No, I don't. I don't get much time to do that, and so I'm like.
So what do you do in your downtime?
When the weather's nice, not like it is now.
No.
I like to fly fish.
Oh, cool.
Both my boys, they both graduated school, except my youngest is going to Manchester and playing football. He's a kicker.
Nice.
Oh, great.
So we go around and watch football all fall long, and
That's a
so then
big commitment.
Nieces and nephews, we go watch them. So I think my wife and I kind of missed because we were at the soccer field or some sort of field almost every day. So we kind of missed going and watching sports as much as we did. So yeah, we do that a lot. And
Fly fishing is difficult.
I'm not good at it, but
You enjoy it.
I enjoy it.
That's what's
Yeah,
important.
they say
Yeah.
what they say. I think it takes minutes to learn and a lifetime to master.
Yeah.
It'll probably take me 2 lifetimes to master it.
But it's okay.
Yeah, it's peaceful. I'll go wade in the river or something like that. Put my earbuds in, be out there.
Now, does the wife go with you? or
She does
just
not. She does not like fish.
Me either.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to eat it, but
She
I'm
doesn't
not
like
trying
to eat it.
No.
I don't like catching it and definitely don't like cleaning it.
Yep. She will. She'll bait her own hook, and then she'll hand it to me to take it off. And
Oh, she's a good one. I won't even do that. No.
yeah, she's not a fan, but she knows it's peaceful for me, and that's what when we were talking about Alaska, we went up there and actually did that for a week.
Oh, nice.
Yep, it was amazing.
Oh, yeah. We were
Yeah.
talking off air about traveling to Alaska.
And how it's warmer
we've
there than
all
it's
been
here.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are there any other ventures that you would like to accomplish in your life or any place that you would want to go? Or do you have a specific plan for retirement? Like
I don't. That's one of those things that I've been kind of mulling around. I got some people in my ear about, oh, you need to train dogs and you need to do this. And we talked about doing that. Talked about, maybe doing some overseas contracting stuff to do work dogs and scratch that itch. And they make pretty good money doing it. But
Oh, that's
This
good.
is a perk.
yeah. But yeah, I really don't have a plan. Don't know where I'm going to land.
Yeah.
If I can, my ideal job would be to work for another dog trainer. That way I can work the dogs, I hang up my leash at the end of the day, and I go home. And they can worry about the business side of it.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So,
Well, we appreciate you answering a lot of these different questions that were thrown at you. But so I loved how you had mentioned that people can do a ride along. Yeah. That is one great way to kind of stay up on the kind of work that you do and some specific things that you're working on. But is there a way that the public can learn more about what you do, whether it be the Facebook page or any other way that the public can just learn more and stay in the know?
They do keep the Facebook page updated a lot. I know the Chiefs mess with that quite a bit. I'm not sure if we're still doing the Citizens of Police Academy. I know we've done that in the past.
Yes, you have.
So I'm not sure if they're still going to do that. I don't want to speak out of turn.
Yeah,
for the
it's
chief.
always just kind of up in the air.
Yeah, so.
But I know are you still highly involved with the Youth Academy?
Yep, we still do the Youth Academy. I was out there the whole week last time. Those kids are hilarious. They're funny.
Yes, they are. They're great kids.
Yep.
What is that?
So they'll bring in kids. I think it's 13 to 15, and all week long, they parents drop them off to us, and we'll show them what we do. Basically, I mean, they get the they don't have to do the paperwork and stuff like that,
right.
But we'll teach them. They do have to do paperwork because they have to do a report thanking the person who brought them there.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
And all their experiences that. So we'll teach them to rappel. Mm-hmm. They'll take them on a driving course. They take them out and let them shoot. We do a SWAT demo. We do a canine demo. We've had the fire department come out with their fire truck. We've had the ladder truck up. Mm-hmm. Ambulance crews. We had I can't think of the helicopter out at the airport.
Oh,
really?
the
Stat flight. We had Stat Flight land at Ballard Field.
Get out.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so cool.
What's the age for that?
13 to 16, 13 to 15, 13 to 16, something like that.
And it happens in June every year. So if this is like sparking interest to you and you're like, okay, I want my child to either get more discipline or just learn about police work, all facets of police work. Yep. You can call the police department and find out more from probably Melanie.
Yep. Or they can send us a Facebook message, and one of those guys will.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is there one for somebody my age, like
they do the citizens? They do the Citizens of Police Academy.
We
think. I think they'll. I would assume the chief loved it when we did it before, and so
I got to be a part of the Grant County leaders. That whole group that we traveled around and. We would have a focus in Marion or throughout Grant County every day that we were in the class. And one of those days was Law Enforcement Day, and we got to go to the range and shoot. Yep. And we even got to go out to the FOP outside and shoot a rifle.
Yep.
An automatic rifle.
Yep.
And that was so fun. So, Lillian, I'll try to get you on that because that would be amazing and that could be incorporated.
Was that Tim Harris's course?
Yes. Yep. And I don't know for sure if it's still going on, but I do know that Tim Harris is still active with, different seminars and stuff. So
self-defense included?
They didn't. I don't think they did that. I can't remember if they did that or not. They've talked about
fun.
They've talked about that with the FOP, like doing maybe like a women's self-defense course and things like that. They've talked about doing that.
You can involve Chris White with that.
Yep, for sure.
With the judo and everything. Well, that is all so fascinating and exciting, and we're just so honored to have you. Is there anything else that you can think of that you would want to say or to promote before we wrap up our episode?
Well, if you have an interest in law enforcement, come put an application in, and so it's
awesome.
It's a great place to work.
It really is. Getting to work alongside you and see everything that you do. It's a great job, and we're just honored to serve with you.
Appreciate it.
And real quick, folks, it's Regina Hall.
Regina Hall, you found it. Good.
And Regina King. I had both of them mixed up, so do not take my card away from me. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know.
Oh, okay. We'll have to look that up. We'll have to Google it. All right. Well, we are going to wrap up. Thank you, friends, for making How Marion Works a part of your playlist. Find us on Apple, Spotify, and many more major platforms. Episodes release every other Monday at 5 a.m., so follow us or subscribe on your favorite place for podcasts. So for Lieutenant Ridgway and Lillian Harshaw, I'm Layla Price-Bodkin, and this is How Marion Works. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for listening to the How Marion Works podcast. We hope you'll join us next time.